Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
In my lifetime, I have seen the Cold War between the East and the West dissolve.
We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together.
In my lifetime, I've seen the Berlin Wall come down.
There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence.
In my lifetime, I have seen apartheid dismantled.
It is absolutely important that you have the knowledge to serve your country and your people.
In my lifetime, I've seen the man of color in the White House.
Out of many, we are one. That while we breathe, we hope. And those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
In my lifetime, I've seen grassroots movements topple governments through the use of social media.
I want freedom. Freedom. Only freedom. Freedom.
We can come together to heal segregation and redirect civilization to the celebration of diversity in oneness. We can make it happen. I am Brother Ishmael Tete, and I believe that world peace is possible in our lifetime. It begins with you and I now.
There are songs I sing with the sermon which I have today. Now use my heart and everything to appreciate you, God. And our topic is learn to appreciate life. Learn to appreciate life.
Okay, sure.
When you look at life today, it looks like the level of appreciation of life is very, very low. Man is gradually shifting from the point of appreciation to a point where we are just seeing gloom and confusion all around us. It's a huge problem in life, and it has caused the energy of goodness, the energy of beauty, the energy of love, the energy of encouragement to drop to very low level, because we are failing to appreciate. But when you look at the creation drama, and God saw everything in Genesis 1:31. In Genesis 1:31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. It was very good. God himself, the master creator, the main architect of the entire universe, he who said, "Let there be light," and there was light. After creating, he looked upon his creation and appreciated it himself. That was the first major sign of appreciation. Appreciation, by definition, means to find the full worth of a thing or a person or something that comes before you. The full worth of it. The full worth of it. God himself appreciated what he had done. Now when we look around us these days, it's all gloom, disorder, confusion, and things which are unworthy of the great God who created us. If you look at Luke chapter 11, it says the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thy eye is single, the whole body also is full of light. But when thine eye is evil, the body is full of darkness. If we can have a single eye is dwelling in the spirit and in the consciousness of goodness all around us. The whole of the universe will be full of light. And some people are having 4 eyes. When I talk of eye, I'm not talking of this physical eye. I'm talking of the way you think, the way you see the world, the way you believe in the universe. Some have eyes of evil, eyes which see only confusion in this world, eyes which is tuned towards, a mind which is tuned towards the proliferation of atomic bombs and things which cause distraction. A mind which is tuned of producing something higher than AK-47. You know, we had AK-45, which looks so devastating. They are hitting AK-47, and soon we'll have AK-50. These people have got 4 eyes. Eyes which are at variance with the eye of the creator of the universe. He who said, it is very good. It is very good. I call on you today to learn to appreciate life. You've got to learn how to appreciate life. And when you learn how to appreciate life, the whole of the universe will change to reveal the power and glory of God. And what is the meaning of appreciation? Appreciation is slightly different from gratitude. Appreciation is slightly different or completely different from gratitude. Gratitude is thanking someone for something good the person has done for you. That is gratitude. I thank you for giving me 200 Ghana cedis, which enabled me to go to Holiday Inn and the first time also eat like somebody. That is gratitude. Appreciation is recognizing the full worth of a thing. And that is what God did. After looking at his creation, the magnitude of it, its complexities, the combinations that are making things work, then the man God saw that this is good. The male-female God then looked at it clearly and said, this is very good. That is appreciation. Appreciation has synonyms like respect. When you appreciate something, you respect it. When you appreciate something, you hold it in high esteem. When you appreciate something, you cherish it. And you do everything to preserve and keep it. And that is what God expects us to do. So he said, I've given you everything. Go forth into the world, cultivate the earth, and keep it. Keep it, cultivate it, and keep it. If you appreciate his creation, you will surely keep it. Look at the heavenly bodies, God's creation. The stars, the moon, and all that constitutes creation. Look at the earth, how it is, how broad it is. The forests, the trees, the rivers, and all that it contains. And then look at our attitude towards it. That which the creator of the universe said it is very good, we have taken it upon ourselves to destroy it. How will one gather refuse from the house and then take it to a riverbank and dump it inside? It is very good. That's what God said. And then you are destroying it. Then you turn around and go back to God and pray to God that He should save you from sickness and disease, from cholera, which you have generated yourself. A godly being should learn to appreciate life. Look at the plants and animals which God has created for us. We cut them at will. Even forest reserves which have been preserved, people arm themselves and go in and fell trees at midnight. And then soon our cover will be blown. There will be no windshield. And the whole village will be left open to the details of the weather. Then a strong wind will come. And then roofs will just be lifted up. Then we kneel down and pray to God. It's because of our lack of appreciation. If we appreciate God as the beginning and the ending of life, then we will have a big control over our universe. Then we'll minimize our prayers and do that which is right and take position as gods and goddesses and decide I will preserve this because this is very good, and we'll allow it to be for us. There is power in the universe, and then there is order. If you go out of order, don't think God has gone out of order. God is forever in order. If you look at the heavenly bodies, things happen the way they should happen. Before we woke up today, we were expecting light, and there is light. We are expecting the sun to rise and shine, and the sun is rising and shining. We have to appreciate God as the God of order. Because He said, I am the original seed of all existences, the intelligence of the intelligent, and the prowess of all powerful men. And then it is said in 1 John chapter 1, verse 1 and 2, that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So everything that has ever come into being has come because of the energy of God. And when you appreciate this and appreciate God, then you see yourself as co-creator with God and work hard to maintain the balance and orderliness in the system of the universe as God intends it to be. Look at your own self, your digestive system. For most of us, all that we know to do is to eat. I mean, it's our hobby to eat, and we eat. Some of it is our profession to eat. That's our profession. We eat and eat very well and feel good. But thereafter, something happens in you, which for most of us are blind to it and we are unconscious of it. But when you appreciate life, you get to know that there is a digestive system in your being which breaks the solid substances into minute particles, and with glands secreting fruits and so on, cause it to be digested through the system. And it reaches a point when the body, using its absorption processes, assimilates that which it needs. It takes it out. And then the circulating current moves what you don't want into your bowels. And then because you have a WC, you just eject everything out. That which you don't want, life helps you to push it out. Appreciate life, because there is an energy system within your body which is causing all these things to be. Without your input, look at how cumbersome it will be every time you eat. You have to follow it from the throat through to the outlet point. What will happen unto you? Just live in the consciousness that there is a power, a presence, an energy system that causes everything to be. We have talked about the interchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between man and plants to ensure that there's sustainability of life. We want life to be sustained, but that is just partially with our input. Because the system in the universe is already working. Let us come to know this. Now, look at your human body. Your ability to think. How many times have you done something for you to think? When you want to think, you think. God bless you. Can you see that? I want to think. I will think. I want to deliver someone. Some ideas will come into my mind, and I will deliver it. Because there's a thinking system within us, an innate intelligence, an innate consciousness planted at the center of our being, which causes us to draw information and promptings from other parts of the universe for us to build a body of knowledge which we apply and bring relief and transformation unto mankind. There's a God presence in your being. Appreciate this. When you rise to a certain level, you're able to expand your consciousness. You pass an exam and so on, and then you become a professor or a doctor. Then you change your attitude. When you do that, it does not let you appreciate the source from whence all this knowledge came from. There is an eternal source of knowledge which flows in and through you and causes everything to be for you. In Psalm 104, verse 90, let us read it. He appointed the moon for the seasons. The sun knoweth his going down. You have to appreciate the power of God. He said he appointed the moon for seasons. You know, we check the seasons by the moon, the phases of the moon. Then we know this season is coming, that season is coming, that season is coming. It's just saying that God has arranged everything. So you have to appreciate life. By appreciating life, it means you are appreciating God. And then it lifts your consciousness to the power that does it. There's a power in you that does everything. To the power that is doing everything in the universe. Because today that the sun has risen, it will surely what? Go down. That is what I want you to be conscious of. And when you appreciate the care, the power, the exactness of the energy behind the sun, which is God, which is life, which is the universe, then you know that you too, everything you purpose in life could go in that order, and everything will work in perfection for you. How can you attend church for 10, 15 years and you fear a devil? You should be arrested and put behind cells. Every day you are sitting in church and you are afraid of a devil. A fellow human being like you, who is being supplied air by the universe just as you are being supplied. You are afraid the person is a witch. Meanwhile, you say you worship God. What kind of God is that? What type of God is that? How can in the environment and the temple of the Holy Father, Mother God, there appear a witch to handle God's children. Then you stand in the temple, the center, the marvelous light of God with all his angels and energies, and then you are binding a devil. What is wrong with you? You should run away from that church, because a devil shouldn't even follow you to the traffic light here. It will burn, I'm telling you, it will burn. Because the fire, light, energy, and power of God is so great. It is so great here, I'm telling you. You have no eyes, you won't see. But where the Spirit of God is, there is power and liberty. Nothing follows you. And when you live here with that aura which you have created around you, you are immune from all this evil spirit and evil eye. You are fortified in the power, energy, and grace of God. Our God is omnipotent. He is all power. He is all power. Our God is omnipresent. He is everywhere present. Our God is everywhere present, and so you are. When you recognize the omnipotence of God, your own omnipotence comes to the fore, and you are liberated forever. Nothing can harm you when you sit in the comfort of your being, because he said, I've created you in my own image and likeness, and I've created you in righteousness and in true holiness. And when you are seated in righteousness and true holiness, what energy can come close to you? You are free. Nothing, absolutely nothing can come close to you. So recognize and appreciate God's omnipotence. Appreciate God's omnipresence. Appreciate God's omniscience. And then your own omni-nature will come into being. And you are liberated and free forever. When you go into full appreciation, I want us to read Psalm 139 verse 14 together. Let's read. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. If we give attention to that, it's talking of our soul. Are you seeing the difference? It's not this physical being of yours. It's not you who is living in senses. It's not you who is clothed in anger, jealousy, confusion, and greed. But your soul knows that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the shrine of God, a unique emanation from the great mighty God. He has vomited himself out as a great power on earth, as you and me. And when you are fearfully and wonderfully made, you should bring awe to wherever you step. When you come out, people should know that God has arrived. They will panic, not because you are fearful, but they will panic at your magnificence. The extent of energy and grace and power you give, the level of comfort which you exude unto mankind, the extent of your knowledge and ability that you use to uplift them into godliness, then it means you are fearfully and wonderfully made. When you appreciate this of yourself, there's no downgrading. There is no mediocrity in your life. There's only acceptance of your power, magnificence, and greatness. And you exude this to life, and everything works into perfection. You should appreciate your own magnificence. You should appreciate your own magnificence. You have lived determining yourself as little for too long. From childhood to today, you still feel little. When will you grow? When will you see that you are magnificent? When will you see that you are God being, treading the face of the earth to bring light, awakening, and enlightenment unto all mankind? You should know that You are powerful with limitless possibilities. And you must live in this consciousness forever. You must appreciate the magnificence of others. And that's where the world is failing. When people are rising and they are doing great things, we don't want to appreciate it. We always have a negative mind. Don't you know that we are all linked together by the mind of God? And that as I sit far back and appreciate and pray for the person to move forward, then the person is getting more energy to back him or her. And then he does great things for life. And interesting that those great things return to bless us. The man who invented blender. Who knows the person? Please raise your hand if you know the first person who invented blender. You are not raising your hand. You don't know that man. All those who use blenders in your home, raise your hand. Put the camera on them. They are all using blender. They don't know who invented it. But you see, the greatness of one man has benefited all of us. We have all enjoyed the benefit of blender. The same way we are enjoying the World Cup.
Ethereum Mission, we are not church Christians. We are Jesus Christians. In fact, I find it so strange that people go to church which is supposed to teach them spirituality, and there's no spirituality teaching in the churches. The Bible tells us in Genesis 1, 26 to 28, that God created us in his spiritual image and likeness. In Genesis 2, 7, and then God breathed the spiritual you into the dust and you became a living soul. When we go through even scripture further, the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 44 says, there is a natural body and then there is a spiritual body. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 tells you, know you not that you are the temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwells in you. There are people who are even afraid of the word spirit. Yet Jesus told us in John 4:24 that God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. All these confirm to us that you are a dual being. You have a natural human body, and then you have a spiritual body. And for each of these, you need the appropriate education for a holistic life. We receive natural education by secular education. Secular education takes you from primary school all the way to university for you to be able to provide for yourself good food, clothing, and shelter. Yet without the spirit, even the natural physical body is not animated to live. We're supposed to receive spiritual education from our spiritual or religious institutions, such as our churches, our mosques, whatever religion you belong to. But when it comes to spiritual education, almost all religious bodies are empty. I find it strange that you know you are spirit, you go to church for you to receive spiritual education, and you know the church is not giving you any spiritual education, yet people keep going. Wow. That's why I invite you to Ethereum Mission. Like I said, we are not church Christians, we are Jesus Christians. We follow what the Master taught, that you are spirit, and the Spirit of God dwells in you as you. The kingdom of God is within you, said the Master. Meaning, the power, love, and the spiritual presence of God is within you. I welcome you to spiritual study and growth in Ethereum Mission. Ideally, look for any Ethereum Mission branch and start your spiritual evolution. Because the first blessing God gave you was also your absolute imperative. It said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Meaning that you are the very seeds of God, or the seed that God is, the presence that God is in you as seeds. And you are to grow them into trees and bear fruits of peace, love, joy. That's what the book of Galatians told you, Galatians 5:22 to 23. If you want spiritual growth, then you know where to come to. Peace.